Hi everybody, this is Trish. Welcome to Rooster Crow Farms. If you have not watched any of my past videos or subscribed, let me just tell you all about my channel. Okay, I am a full-time nurse, a wannabe full-time gardener homesteader. I have 2 acres with a raised bed garden and an in-ground garden bed, and I have chickens, and I have 2 teenagers, a husband, and did I say we're on 2 acres? 2 acres. So it's a very small land. That's all we have, and that's what we make do with. That's why we have majority of raised beds. And some in-ground beds, but the raised beds because of where we're at, and my land is kind of wet all the time. And I've been gardening now for over a decade. I can say that. Wow. I've been doing it for a while, and I've been chickening for almost 20 years. So that's even a long time. I'm a wannabe goat farmer, but that hasn't, I don't think it's a goat farmer, a goat person. But I haven't got there yet. So it is the first day of spring, and I'm so glad you're joining me for the first day of spring. Wherever you're at, I hope it's warmer than where it is here. We're in Western Kentucky, and I'm telling you, it's cold, and it feels like 30 degrees outside. They say it's 40 out there, but I don't believe it. They say we're going to reach 50 today, and the sun's going to shine a little later, so I'm very hopeful for that because I have lots of things I want to get done, and I don't want to do it in the greenhouse when it is this cold. It is not heated, so I want to get some things started. If you're in Zone 7B like me, I'm in Western Kentucky, so my very last frost date is supposed to be here in about 4 weeks. So I am just steadily plugging along. I have a seed app on my phone that has been wonderful this year for me, very helpful. So it's helped to guide me kind of along the way. I'm still kind of doing my own thing, but it makes me feel a little less anxious and know that I'm kind of in the right, I'm doing the right things at the right time. I have in the past, I am a very anxious gardener, and I like to plant things way too early, and I have things that are way huge, and I have no place to put them because I don't have a heated greenhouse or a high tonal or anything like that. I have grow lights in my house. So this has definitely been the best year of planning as far as not stressing over what I have. I grow heirloom seeds. I grow most everything from seed. I do buy and purchase some things from the store, but majority of everything that I grow is all from seed, and I wouldn't do it any other way. I love it. I enjoy it. It's my therapy. If you haven't delved into gardening and how it can help you, nature and just being in the garden and getting your hands in the soil and getting them dirty. I don't know. It's good therapy. And the fact that it's the first day of spring just brings me so much joy, so much happiness, because we are getting out of that cold winter slumber, and it's time to get warm and get our feet in the sand and get some sun and all the good things that comes with springtime. So what am I doing today, you guys? This morning, I have gone through all of my seeds, and I have put them all in one spot because I have, for some reason, have just tucked them into random places, and then I don't think I have them, and then I order them, and then I find that I had them. So I have got them all kind of sorted out. I've sorted them today with what I want to get started from seed, what I can get started from seed, right now, what I can put in the ground right now, what I can, don't have to worry about until the actual frost threat is lifted. So, what am I planting today? I am planting a whole bunch of marigolds, nasturtiums, some calendula. Just a little peek of what I've got here. This is my marigolds, and then my nasturtiums. I am a big Baker Creek fan. if you haven't seen my Baker Creek video, I will put it down here. So if you're in the area, it's in Mansfield, Missouri, and they do a tulip festival, and I believe that's probably coming up here shortly. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But anyways, most of my seeds come from Baker Creek, but I do M.I. Gardner. I've done Botanical Interest. My latest is that I'm doing a lot of medicinal seed growing this year, and the majority of my medicinal seeds have come from southernseeds.com. I've never grown them before, but I have some calendula from there, as well as calendula from Baker Creek. So my plan is to get all of my seeds in. I have these from Bootstrap Farmers. I purchased these last year, and they are very sturdy and good plastic. So I have these. I'm going to get them cleaned out. It's very important to have them clean because you can have fungi and all kinds of things living in there that will hinder your germination and your seeds from growing. So I have all of these, and they are just small little cells, and they're great for flowers. I also have, these are dirty, I haven't cleaned them, but I have the bigger ones. See the difference? These are good for tomatoes, peppers, that sort of thing. So a lot of times I will start them in here and then move them to there, but I've just started my tomatoes this year. I just did like 4 in one of those. So yeah, I'm going to get these filled with dirt. I think I have to go get some. I think I am out of dirt. And get my flowers started. So what did I say? I have calendula, I have nasturtiums, I have marigolds. I have marigolds from last year. I did a video on there that I was foraging in my garden, and I have a lot of seeds that the birds didn't steal left of my marigolds. Side note, marigolds are a wonderful pest deterrent, and I think if the key is to plant a lot of them. I planted a lot of them along with my dill and my basil around my tomatoes, and I didn't have one problem with pests in that tomato bed. Let's see. I am planting some hollyhock, some bee balm, some milkweed, a valerian. That is a medicinal seed that I've never grown, and I'm going to grow that. That is a perennial that comes back every year. Also, I'm planting some okra because I live in the South and I am a northerner, but when I moved to the South, I was introduced to okra, and I'm just telling you, it's probably one of my favorites at this point. I'm planting some banana melon. My sister-in-law, she sent me that 2 years ago, and I have been unsuccessful with that. So I am planting that again from seed this year. Also some eggplant, which I'm way behind. I know if you're going to do eggplant, even though I have a long growing season, I should have had this started like 8 weeks ago probably. So that will probably be something that I will purchase from the garden store, but I have the seeds, so I'm gonna go ahead and plant me some eggplant as well. Ground cherries. I got basil. I love basil. I have all kinds of basil. I have holy basil. I have cinnamon basil. I have dark purple basil. I have sweet Thai basil. Basil's a great. It's a perennial. It's not a perennial. It's an annual. Comes back every year. Succession sow basil is a good idea to do. Succession sow, pretty much all your herbal stuff is good unless it's a perennial. I think you can still do those as well. I have oregano growing. I have tarragon. I have a video of all that, but I have all that growing inside in my windowsill. Let's see. I have daisies that I'm going to start. I have cumin. That's another herb. I got some tomato seeds from a patient it was last year, and he had these German, he called them the pink German tomatoes, and they're from like 1995, from like, I graduated high school in the 96 area. Anyway, so I did start some of these last year, but they didn't do very well, so I'm going to try them again. I have like 18 tomato plants under my grow light currently that are doing marvelous. But I'm gonna do a couple of these just in honor of my patient. Let's see. Then I have a bunch of seeds that I need to direct sow, that I can direct sow right now. So if you're in zone 7B, even though our last frost date isn't till like the second week of April for Western Kentucky, you can plant the cold loving plants right now, which like carrots, radish, kale. I did a video last week on all of that. Some lettuce. I'm going to start some more of those in my in-ground bed. We got that all ready and prepared the other day. We also got some potatoes in the ground. I didn't do a video because it was way too windy. You guys would have hated the sound of the whipping wind. But we had 3 rows of potatoes planted. We're going to do more. We have a whole in-ground bed full of potatoes, but that's all we could get done at that day. So we're going to finish those out this weekend. I'm also going to plant some onions. I have a whole bunch of onions I need to put in the ground. And I have some beets, some spinach, some arugula, and some lettuce from seed that I want to get started as well. I also have a cool flower that I've never planted before that it's a poppy, and you can put these in now before it's soon as you can work your ground, you can plant your poppies. So I'm going to try some poppies. Let's see. Of course, I can't plant anything like my beans not until after, the threat of frost. Beans, I don't do my cucumbers. I direct seed those. I direct seed my squash. I direct seed my what else? I think that's it. But I do have watermelon and cantaloupe and pumpkins. Those usually are several weeks after your frost date is gone. The last frost date. Dill. I direct seed dill. You can do that like a week or two prior to the frost date. I think dill is an excellent insect deterrent as well. Of course, sunflowers. I love sunflowers. I have planted sunflowers like prior to and planting them out, but I planted them out. You got to be careful to not disturb the root of the sunflower. But I just have so many sunflowers that I just plant them out. They do very, very well where I'm at. So I'm going to just plant those. Yeah, so that is what I'm doing today. I'm washing my Bootstrap Farmer little containers to get my seeds and my flowers started. This weekend I'm going to get out there in the greenhouse and I'm going to get all this out there. And it's supposed to be like after tonight. I think it's supposed to dip down into the 30s. But in the next several days in the forecast, it's supposed to be in the upper 60s and then lower 50s. And I can live with that. It's great. It's the first day of spring. I hope you are all doing all the things in the garden and getting your therapy in and enjoying it. And if you're having a bad day, if you're having a rough time, get into the garden. I can say that by experience. I was having a rough year. And even just, if you're having a rough day. I had a bad day the other day, and I got out in the garden, and it was like I was on a high, and it was just a garden high, because I was happy to be outside, and I was happy to be, my dog is drinking water, and it's loud. I was just happy to be doing something that I enjoyed, and my mind was not focused on all the other, baloney of the day. So it was great. Are you done? Thank you for watching today, and I hope I've inspired you to get your hands in the dirt and get planning and get started on your garden, even if it's just a little bit. That's all that matters. Even if it's just a little patio and you have a little pot, you can, if I can do it, and I say this wholeheartedly, if I can do it, I promise you can do it. I promise. And if it doesn't work out, you know what? It's fine. There's always next time, right? And try again. Just keep trying. I have a long growing season here in Western Kentucky till like October. And then the fall garden, not nobody, but a lot of people don't use the fall garden. Like they just think it's the spring. You can plant all year long. You can do it. But let's just start in the spring. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please like, please comment, please share. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Until I post another video, you guys just enjoy this very first day of spring. Bye.